Thank you all for coming. Very important day for all of us at YPNC, friends and family of our interns. My name is Tim Sullivan. I'm the Senior Director of Climate Resilience for the Yampa Valley Sustainability Council. I'm doing a poor imitation today of being Michelle Stewart. She is taking a deserved vacation. I know she's heartbroken that she couldn't be here today because this day, these presentations always mean a lot to her. She'll watch the recording of it, and just so the interns all know that she is there in spirit. I texted with her last night, and she's very sad that she couldn't join. So for those that haven't been at one of our intern presentations before, this is a culmination of a few months of work by our interns, and this is an extra special day because we also have presentations from two of our partner interns that have been working with our partner organizations and doing work here. Those partners being the Center for Western Weather and Water Extreme, CW3E, and Colorado Mountain College and Riley, working as that intern. And then very special, first time we've done this, sort of shared, but mostly led by the Routt County Wildfire Mitigation Council, Hadley Lobatos, being able to present as well. So it's great that we're getting this cross-organizational engagement from our young and rising leaders in Routt County on critical issues that we all face. And I know you'll all find inspiration in the work they've done and feel better about the future. So I'm going to turn it over to the person who deserves all of the credit, or at least most of the credit, for making this program such a success. That's Dakota Dolan. Cody is amazing in the way she works with the interns, both in helping to select them, mentor them, bring them through, and have other partners come and engage with them. So Cody is responsible for really making the filling process, and that we continue to get such a great crop of new interns who can share their enthusiasm and experiences with all of us on the staff and with you in the community. So I'm gonna turn it over to Cody.
So thank you for that introduction. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm thrilled to see such a packed group. This is awesome. I'm really proud of this group. Summer, kind of like Tim mentioned, it's kind of a special time. We have our biggest group of interns in the summer. YVSC has the most events and kind of things happening to engage with. And we also get to work with our partner organizations and kind of collaborate with those interns as well. So summer is a really special time to be an intern, and I'm not picking favorites.
Wow, because you had it the other way around. Because
yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care.
I think someone might need to mute their microphone. Just gonna add a note. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I'm really excited for these interns to show you what they've been working hard at over the last 12 weeks. For those of you not familiar with the program, it's a 12-week professional experience that YVSC hosts every fall, spring, and summer. And it basically allows interns to work with a YVSC staff member, and together they work on a project concept that both meets the needs of YVSC at that time and also addresses that intern's skills and interests so that they can come together and create a unique, one-of-a-kind internship project. And all of those are rooted in one of YVSC's 5 priority areas, and those are waste diversion, energy, transportation, community engagement, and resilient land and water. So I think it's a very special program and provides a unique opportunity for interns to really engage with the community and with YVSC staff, as well as other agencies, organizations, and local government, et cetera. So I really hope you enjoy what they have to show you today. And one quick note, I know we're here from 12 to 3. Please help yourself to lunch. I'm not going to have any scheduled breaks, so please feel free to come and go, use the restroom, which is right around the corner, and please help yourself to lunch. So with that, I will start us off. We're going to start with Sloan Spear. She was our intern working on the connections between art and the local community, as well as climate action. And she's just going to pass something out really quick, and then let's welcome her up to the podium. Hey, Sloan. And one other note, while Sloan is making her way up here, there will be a moment for questions and discussion after each presenter. So just hold on to your questions. And folks that are joining online, if you can type in your question, and then Abby will kindly help in projecting those to the room.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hadley Lobatos. Like Cody said, I'm not part of the YBSC internship program. I mean, I've been working closely with them. They've invited me to a bunch of guest speaker talks, and it's been really cool getting to know the other interns. That they've been doing wonderful projects. I mean, it's fantastic what they're all doing. But yeah, like she said, my internship's been structured a little bit differently. For starters, I'm only halfway through my internship, so I'll probably end my internship closer to the end of fall. And yeah, it's been great working with the Routt County Wildfire Mitigation Council. Their main goal is to create resilient fire adapted communities for all of Routt County. Yeah, I was brought on to help them with that because I'm the first intern that they've ever had, and it's been really cool getting to know Haley and Josh and all the things that they do. So for starters, they have a lot of partners. They have a hand in everything in Routt County. Yampa Valley Sustainability Council is one of them. They've been great. It's been really cool getting to know all the fire chiefs in the county and hearing what their plans are for this fire season and what they've been doing to try to do the best mitigation they can. We get a lot of help from the Colorado State Forest Service. They bring me out on field trips all the time. I went up to Hans Peak with them to do a tree thinning operation, to do some flagging with them. They want to bring us out onto Emerald Mountain to see all the progress that they've been doing up there, which I'm super excited about. That should happen pretty soon here. The National Forest Service has been doing a lot of stuff with us too. They took us out to a prescribed burn that they had on rabbit ears to see the regrowth there. That was super interesting, super cool to see. We went up to Dry Lake to see all the work that they're doing up there with they're building a new campground, and it looks great up there. It's really cool. Yeah. Mountain Tap, they've given me a lot of beer. But it's cool. I mean, I've been just getting connections throughout the whole county and just meeting so many helpful people and like getting intertwined in the community, and I love it. So a little bit of history. I'm sure I don't have to explain too much about how prevalent wildfire is in today's day and age, but back in early 1900s, 1910 was a big event called the Big Bird. It was a string of wildfires all across the West, and it terrified people. It was the largest event anyone had ever seen in the area, and as a result, the Forest Service was actually tasked with stopping any and all wildfires, and they got a bump in funding, and they adopted what's called the 10 o'clock rule, whereas if there's a wildfire, it needs to be put out next day, 10 o'clock. And as a result, Smokey the Bear came along. I love this picture, by the way. This is just very, very cool picture. But it instilled in people this idea that wildfire is bad and that every wildfire should be put out and not dealt with, basically. Like Shay said, like that led to a bunch of different things. It led to overcrowding of forests. It led to more debris accumulating on forest floors. Pine beetles killed a bunch of trees, adding more fuel. And it's created, can I use the mouse? Oh, I can use the mouse. It's created this curve that has never never in recorded history been seen before. And this little blip right here is the fire of 1910, the string of wildfires there. And now we've come, it's been an annual occurrence of having these mega fires that are just huge and out of control. And I mean, you guys all know that. You've all heard about Meeker. As of this morning, the fires around Meeker have got to 75,000 acres, which is very concerning. And with the afternoon winds we've been having, it's just been spreading and exasperating that whole situation. And yeah, and that's where the council came in. About 5 years ago, the council was formed, and their whole goal was to address the increasing wildfire risk in the county. Josh was brought on as a director, and later Haley, and they just became overwhelmed with work that this summer they decided to hire an intern, and that's where I came in. So wildfire risk in the county, as you can see, we're at a pretty high risk area, especially like in Steamboat Springs. We are deeply entrenched in what's called the Wildland Urban Interface, or WUI for short. This field loves their acronyms, so there's a bunch of acronyms. But we are in a high risk WUI environment all over the county, but especially here in Steamboat Springs, because that wildland urban interface is just where the wildland meets our urban society, and we love our nature, so we love to be entrenched in that. But as a result, it kind of puts us in a high risk area. So that kind of leads me into my first big project that I've been doing with the council, which is home ignition zone evaluations. So essentially, people can come through our website and request for me to come out to their property to tell them all the vulnerabilities that are on their house in all the different areas where wildfire can ignite their structure. We got this new program called Fireside. It's been really great. Like, I've been loving using it. It's very interactive for not only me as a evaluator, but also as a homeowner to get an interactive report where they can see a bunch of pictures that I've taken, all the comments that I've made, and also be able to go in there, upload photos of their own, show progress they've made, mitigation steps they've taken, and show us how much time they've spent on these projects, and so show us how much money they've spent on these projects. And all of that goes into our grant funding and showing that people are actually taking our mitigation advice and taking steps to be more fire-wise. So far, I've completed around 34 evaluations this summer. And the biggest areas where I've seen vulnerabilities on houses are, we like to break the home ignition zone into 3 different zones. Zone 1 is 0 to 5 feet, zone 2, 5 to 30, and then zone 3 is like 30 and out, 30 to 100. And the main issue I've been seeing is like having a lot of vegetation within that zone 1 area. Having these big trees there that are overhanging the house, or having beautiful lush gardens, which is, it's such a heartbreak every time I have to tell people that you're not supposed to have a garden right next to your home. That's been a little challenging for me personally. But yeah, that's a huge area of vulnerability there. Another area is unscreened ventilation. Right now the county has a regulation where you need a 1/4 of an inch screening vent on all your ventilations, but actually a 1/4 of the inch is like still big enough for embers to come into your ventilation system, ignite your house that way. So we've been pushing for an 1/8 of an inch, and we've been telling people that's like the biggest you want to have on all of your vents. And I mean, unscreened ventilation is the main area where home ignitions actually start. You could have a fire that's 10 miles away, and if the wind's blowing the right way, or the wrong way, I guess, then those embers can travel that distance, and they can easily land on your property, go into your vents, and it can be a bit of an issue, especially if the fire in Meeker keeps growing. Like, it could, hopefully not, but it could reach here. And then another thing is like poorly maintained ground cover. People love being in the wilderness, people love their homes to be surrounded by vegetation, but having a bunch of growth or like debris on the ground can be a potential vulnerability there. And then also I'm advocating everyone in Routt County sign up for Routt County alerts. If anyone in here is not signed up for that, you definitely should be. It's such a great system. It's really good for helping people know about evacuation procedures and advocating fast and easy evacuations. Pack a go bag, be prepared if an event like a wildfire were to happen. My second big project is address signs. I got a bunch here. So company called Wiry, which is the Wildfire Research Center. They came out here, did a big study. We learned a lot from that study. We learned about people's perception on wildfire. We learned about actual like wildfire risk this county has. And that's been super beneficial. And I'm not gonna go into that study too much, but one of the big areas that we saw that they learned is that most people don't have address signs that are easily viewed by like first responders or people trying to find their house. So as the council has put together a program where we actually sell address signs. So what I've been doing is I've been organizing all of our orders. I've been making these address signs and I've been delivering them. So we got a small address sign for $30 and then we got bigger address signs for $40. It's been pretty cool. Really good program to get people to have those address signs that meet standards and have their homes easily accessed by first responders. Yeah, cool. Another thing I've been working on is the council has a bunch of ambassadors who represent a certain community and advocate for mitigation steps in that community and create work events and different events, meetings for their communities. And we have them all over the county there. Each one of those dots is an ambassador in our county. And so what I've been doing is I've been trying to go to as many ambassadors as I can and interviewing them, learn more about like the different projects they've been putting on, the different steps they're taking for advocating wildfire or mitigation in their communities. And that's been pretty cool. I think I've evaluated, I've been going out doing HIZ evaluations for 9 of those ambassadors. I've got 6 of them interviewed. Not a lot of them wanted to be interviewed, so I don't know what's going on with that. But that's been pretty hard to get all of them on board with me being interviewed. And eventually we have another kind of mini intern who's not getting paid, but she is gonna write up some blog posts about these interviews, and hopefully we'll post those on our page and get more people interested in fire mitigation and wanting to be ambassadors. And then the last project I've been doing, is the one I've been pretty excited about lately, is a Botanic Park project. We want to create a partnership with the Botanic Park, and yeah, so I hopefully will have a meeting next week with the main plant collectors coordinator, meeting with her, walking around the park, seeing where a potential exhibit could be, different plants that they already have, and like, yeah, creating a partnership that way. I've already started creating a scope of work for them, creating deliverables like what different signage could look like for a wildfire themed exhibit, different handouts that could be made, brochures. Yeah, and I'm hoping that comes together pretty soon here. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you. I want to thank my main boss, Josh, and my best boss, who's in the corner back there. Funny Cam. They've been great to work with. It's been super cool to learn from them and get connections from them. And yeah, I can't thank them enough for for hiring me. And that's all I have. Good.
Thanks, that's great, and thank you for joining us today. I think it's, having been,
Thanks for having me.
yeah, the main link and served on the Wildfire Mitigation Council board for a number of years. It's great to have you join us today. I'm curious, you said you had some good observations about what people haven't been doing, but when you do talk to them, what do you think they're most willing to do of the things that you tell them?
Oh, that's a
Or
good one.
at least willing to do might be interesting too.
It-
Where do we have the most resistance to doing the mitigation that you know needs to be done?
I mean, like I said earlier, it's hard to go to someone's property and like tell them like, oh, you gotta get rid of this and that and like point out all the flaws in someone's property. People are most resistant when I'm talking about that 0 to 5 feet zone and talking about having no vegetation in that area. People don't want to get rid of their gardens that are right next door. They have a tree that's been growing since they were a child and they don't want to get rid of that. And it's hard to tell people that. It's hard to convince people that your home would actually be safer if that wasn't there.
Do you think they're hearing that and going, I don't want to do it, but I hear what you're saying?
I think some people do hear that. Some people do agree with me, but I have had been to a couple house visits where they are pretty stern on like, I'm not changing anything. Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about the clustering of your home ignition zone outreach. Is it for people who are living in the urban interface, or is it people who are living in the city of Sativa? I'm just kind of curious
Yeah.
who's reaching out to you.
So we've had people from all over the county reach out to me. That's basically all I've been doing all summer is driving up and down North Routt, South Routt. And yeah, I've been to a diverse set of houses. And what's actually interesting is about that wildland urban interface is technically all of Routt County is in that zone. And so telling people that and telling them, even if you are in the city of Steamboat, like there's not much difference. Like you're still at risk there. So yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I've been all over the place, everywhere. Yeah.
It's super interesting to think of the garden aspect that you were talking about. I think that's such a hard thing to balance, the idea that gardens are supposed to be self-sustaining and this really sustainable thing. And then the idea that they're a fire hazard.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever thought of it that way. It's super interesting in that aspect. And also the botanical gardens. I'm sure you're just starting into that project.
Yeah.
You said you're halfway through, but is that idea that we're planting all these plants super close together in the botanical gardens, is that a wildfire?
It can be. The botanic parks is it's interesting because there are areas where it's like spread out and like there's not too much of a concern there, but there definitely are areas where like there are more plants that are susceptible to wildfire. But yeah, I mean, I view the botanical parks more as like an exhibit rather than like being right next to a structure and like causing a structure fire. And that's why I kind of wanted, why I really want to do this partnership with them to show, because a lot of people go to the park to get advice on their like gardens and like what they should plant at their homes. So if we have an exhibit specifically talking about like the plants that are good for like your an area around your home and talking about like the home ignition zone there, like I feel like that would be largely beneficial. Yeah.
I'm gonna say one more thing.
Yeah.
So we just put in a water-wise garden at the Botanic Park, so I think it would be really nice right next door to do a
Yeah.
fire-wise. And kind of going on that, our last spring intern with YVSC did put together a fire-wise plant list.
Yeah.
Because Madeline works at the, I'm not sure if you're working with Madeline at the Botanic Park, but she's already started that, so could be a really cool collaboration there.
Yes. I'm really looking forward to my meeting with the Botanic Park and hearing about what they're doing and what they want to do with the firewise stuff.
Is Maddie?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
who you're talking with there.
Mhm. Sweet.